So some people were surprised at the 2016 election results, not only because Donald Trump won, but because the majority of white women voted for Donald Trump. However, that's not that surprising, actually. White women have voted for the Republican candidate in the past few decades. And what we saw in 2016 is they voted along with their party. Party was the strongest determinant of women's votes as well as men's votes in the election. But while that might be surprising to some, why that might be surprising to some is because of the very gendered way in which Donald Trump ran his campaign. If some accused Hillary Clinton of playing the woman card, you could definitely argue that Donald Trump was playing the man card. And that is a card that presidential candidates have been playing, again, for over a century. Men and women who have run for president have been trying to prove that they are man enough or masculine enough for the job, which is a job that is the most masculine sort of office in American politics. Donald Trump played into this in the rhetoric he used, the way he talked about being president, things like toughness or calling his opponents weak, male or female, in talking about Hillary Clinton as having no stamina. At one point, he actually talked about his literal manhood on a debate stage. So all of this is a very clear sort of adoption of a masculine strategy. What does that tell us about the progress for women in American politics? It tells us that there was some pushback or backlash to the progress that we're seeing in changing gender dynamics in American politics and in American society more generally. So Donald Trump's success was a bit of evidence that we need to work harder and keep pushing forward in terms of challenging these perceptions of what leadership looks like. In 2017, we had some of our first elections after Trump's election, and we could see that actually the American public was pushing back on that success. Not only had Hillary Clinton actually won 3 million more votes than Donald Trump, and therefore proved that a woman could be accepted as the president of the United States, which was a huge change and one that too often goes unnoticed. But in 2017, we saw that candidates in states like Virginia or Wyoming were winning as women of color, men of color, transgender candidates who didn't look like that stereotypical image of a white male candidate. And I think this is a sign, an optimistic sign of what's to come. We know that in American politics, change doesn't happen overnight. And especially for women, the progress has been very slow and incremental. So in 2018, I don't think we'll see a watershed of women winning, but we will see an unprecedented number of women running, hopefully an unprecedented number of diverse candidates in terms of race, ethnicity, and sexuality. And they will chip away at that image of political leadership in America. And then as we move forward to years like 2020 and 22, when more openings and available opportunities become real in American politics, we'll also see those numbers change, and along with it, all of our conceptions of what leadership looks like to not be that stereotypically masculine white image of political leadership.